Hey guys, um, John here, and I'm going to be doing a AER Revolt draft here today. So, um, this is our pack one here. We've got a couple of sweet cards. Aether Tie Whale is a bomb. It's a giant flyer that's difficult to answer. I think it's better than Hungry Flames. Hungry Flames is a very good card as well. Better in an aggressive style deck, obviously, but still good removal spell overall. Other good considerations here. These two white cards are pretty sweet, but there's really no other good blue card in the pack. So taking the Tie Whale, I think, is fine. The Moray is kind of filler playable, and Metallic Rebuke is decent at best, but this card I think is the best card in the pack, and it also is pretty good signal-wise as well. So we're going to go ahead and pick that guy up. Alright, so here we've got a couple of options. Scrapper Champion, which is insane. This card is really, really good. Or we have Aether Swooper. Both of them play on the energy plan. No really other card here is that good. Gear Smasher is pretty good in an aggressive artifact deck. Obviously Dawn Feather Eagle is pretty good. Renegade Map is great for fixing and things like that, turning on Revolt. But I think we are just going to take the Scrapper Champion here and stick with the energy plan and stick with good efficient creatures and things like that. The other consideration really is Aether Swooper, but I think the Champion's better here. Alright, and then here, let's see, Array is pretty good here. The other consideration is Leaving the Dust, which is not exciting, but this is great for just having an artifact on the board and tapping down their largest creature, either if you want to be aggressive or if you want to be defensive. So we're just going to go ahead and pick this up real quick. So yeah, we'll take that here. I think it's better than some of the other cards that we could pick here. So, all right. So here, got another Smasher, Swooper, and a Renegade Map. But yeah, anyways, so I think Aether Swooper is here a fine pickup. Plays with our energy plan here, and it's a great evasive body, and creating a bunch of tokens is good too. So it's either that or the Gear Smasher, really. So I think we'll just pick up this, and it's a safer pick for us. Renegade Map is another consideration, but we don't really need the fixing at this moment. We don't have any Revolt cards, so we'll just pick this up here. Alright, so here, Iron Trade Crusher is good. The Brawler is good as well, especially with our token generation and these things here for improvise. Automaton is good as well, just for the scry. But I think I'm going to pick the Invigorating Rampage. Lets you push through damage, and can also let your little things like these or the servo tokens trade up as well. So I think that's a fine pickup here. Alright, so here, not a whole lot. There's Audacious Infiltrator, which is a pretty good pick for white, but we're not in white. Taken to Custody is not very good. I haven't been a fan of Mobile Garrison quite yet, but I think I'll take this. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to play with this card. But I just don't think it's that good. I've had it played against me. It's just underwhelming. It's not very large, as far as the body, and the untap effect is, whatever. I guess it could kind of work well with the passive, with the array here over here. So, but we'll just pick this up. But I'm not going to main deck this quite yet. There's really nothing else that I wanted to put in the deck. All right, so here, Welder Automaton is pretty good. It's just a 2/1 body for 2 mana with a ping ability, so you have your, late game effect. Filigree collar is also decent. It's you know, an artifact obviously, and you know, it just gets value afterwards. But if I'm trying to potentially go for a more aggressive deck, I'm not really sure where I'm at. But the Scrapper Champion's very, you know, these two cards lean towards an aggressive deck, and this one does as well a little bit. So gonna pick up the Automaton and see what happens here. Alright, so not a whole lot here either. Dispersal Technician is average at best if they've got a ton of artifacts. Gremlin Infestation is decent if they've got a, you know, threatening artifact like a piece of equipment or something like that, or not equipment, a vehicle. Yeah, I mean, not really anything else that I really want here. So I guess I'll pick up the Infestation just as a sideboard card. Alright, so here we've got Moray, or a Precise Strike, and since my curve is kind of leaning towards hopefully having an aggressive deck, I think Precise Strike is good. It's a good combat trick overall, lets your little things straight up with their guys and stay alive. The Moray is great with the energy plan if you stay on that, but I would rather have a Precise Strike. I think it's more versatile than having an 0-5, so... Alright, and here we'll pick up Gear Smasher. It's a solid curve filler, and it's a good way to push through the last little bit of damage. And actually, I think I'm going to take the Automaton here. There's another Gear Smasher. It's a tough pick, actually, surprisingly, for being a 10th pick, or an 11th pick. Yeah, the Automaton's good in the late game, and it's an artifact, but this is being a 2/3 body, I think, is more beneficial. Alright, and I'm immediately punished by that, so I guess we'll pick this up. I don't want to play 3 of those cards, but I'll play a couple, and Wrangle might actually be pretty cool. Take some of their low drop artifacts and then throw them at them. Not ideal, but if they have a ton of little artifacts, I guess. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Glintsleeve Siphoner is pretty good. Very solid card. Weldfast Engineer would be amazing if we were in those colors. Not necessarily married to blue, necessarily. But the Whale is really good. Really, really good. Aether Chaser is very solid, as is Frontline Rebel here. And it's really, honestly, between maybe these two cards, I would take this over the Rebel, I think. But the Engineer is amazing. It's a very good card, especially if you're an aggressive artifact deck. It pumps your guys up big time. But I'm going to grab the Aether Chaser here just to try to stay on color. That's probably not very good. Now here's a Perilous Predicament. And there's really no blue cards in this pack either. Perilous Predicament is very solid. So yeah, I think we'll just pick up the Perilous Predicament here actually and just see what happens. There's no other blue or red card that I really want. Maybe the Steelworks Brawler. Yeah. Moving into black is not ideal, but maybe I play. Yeah, let's just try this card. And there's a second one. All right. It's always beneficial if you can splash something, you know, like a high-end removal spell. So maybe we're not totally aggressive, but this card is very good. So I think we'll just go ahead and pick that up and see what happens here. All right. Here, this guy's decent if you have the right deck for it, but I think I'm going to take another Invigorated Rampage. If I'm going to be on the small little guy plan, making a bunch of tokens, this is going to be good, and this will just be a splash for removal later. Steelworks Brawler, I hope I can get one of those later, because I should have a decent amount of little artifacts that I can use. That's a Vengeful Rebel. Yeah, well, I mean, this card's pretty good. If you are able to trigger the Revolt, basically kills a guy. Looks like black is wide open. On the other hand, we have this improvised flyer here, which is in our colors. But we've got 2 solid removal spells in black, and black-red artifacts tends to be a really good archetype. So I guess we see if we can abandon blue and just go black-red. And we'll take a frontline rebel here. Alright, well, still no good blue cards. I guess we can take the aeronaut. This card's pretty solid, especially with all of our little sacrifice outlets and things like that here. Alright, so we'll pick up Alley Strangler. No, actually, let's pick up a sailback here. It's probably better than having the additional 3 drops and another aeronaut. So we just have a giant body here. So it looks like we're probably abandoning blue, which is unfortunate. And maybe I'll wield yeah, there we go. There's the Weldfast Engineer. So we wield the Weldfast Engineer. I don't know why people don't like this card. I mean, it literally turns your servos into 3/1s, which is pretty awesome. Whoops. Alright. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we can't play this card, but just didn't really see any good blue support. I mean, there wasn't any good filler cards for blue at all. Alright, so Reservoir Walker isn't terrible. Use it as a filler card. What does this do? I guess I'll take this. I mean, it's not good, but if they have some sort of like ridiculous bomb creature, I guess I can, you know, turn it into a 4-mana kill spell. I don't see that happening, but it's possible. Renegade's Getaway is actually pretty good. Makes a token, and Fourth Bridge Prowler is awesome. There's a lot of little, you know, pesky 1 toughness creatures in the format that can be really troublesome. So we'll just pick up our filler here. I can play 2 of these cards, but it's just a good combat trick that you can use. That also creates an artifact, which is nice. Alright, so here we're looking for some solid cards. What do we got? Chief of the Foundry. That's pretty good. Fateful Showdown is not impressive. Welding Sparks is the other consideration here, though. Chief of the Foundry pumps quite a few of our guys, though. Let's see. Well, we've got these 2 artifact creatures. Well, we really have a lot less artifact creatures than I thought that we did. I think that Welding Sparks is actually going to be a more versatile card as a removal, because we don't have the artifacts yet. Here's another Welding Sparks, but there's a Gonti here, and this card's very, very popular, very powerful. Essence Extraction is also very good. Solid removal spell, Welding Sparks, so it hurts to pass both of those. Foundry Screecher and Eager Construct as well. Sky Skiff, but Gonti is a very good card. Okay, so here we've got Pyro Helix, which is a solid card. Club Security is not bad. But the removal spell is going to take precedence over anything else here. Alright, and here we go with an Unlicensed Disintegration. That's a good pickup. Somewhat worried that we don't have a whole lot of creatures and artifacts yet. Sky Skiff is good, and Dund Operative is also good, but just having this solid removal spell is good also. Alright, so here we have between Bomat Courier and Weldfast Monitor. And I actually like Bomat Courier. It's a really good way to exile, well, discard a lot of crap in your hand, get rid of lands extra, and you know, draw some cards in the late game. Even if it's just cycles for 1. But it's an artifact, it's a creature that you can play on turn 1. I think it's better than Weldfast Monitor, just in a nutshell. and maybe we'll get a wild fast later on. So we'll just pick that guy up here. Alright, so here, not really a lot of anything. Rush of Vitality is a combat trick with 2 Invigorated Rampages already. It may be better than the Renegade's Getaway. I'll put it in the sideboard for now. Yeah, I'm not too pleased with this draft so far. Just tried to go one direction, didn't have a whole lot of cohesiveness, and then picked up a couple of solid removal spells and wheeled this creature, but we just don't have the artifacts to go along with it. Oh man, there's another Unlicensed Disintegration. I mean, the other consideration here is Spontaneous Artists. We could probably just get away with mono removal spells and let our early drops and things go through. But there's no denying the power of this card, so we just ride our, removal to victory. Jeez, we've got a ton. So we've got 5.5 hard removal spells, and then we've got a lot of combat tricks and stuff that will basically turn things into removal spells. And geez, alright, so here's a tidy conclusion. I really wish that we had a Sky Skiff, because the Night Market Lookout would be insane in that situation. Yeah, geez, I don't consider it likely that a Sky Skiff will wheel. I just don't think that I need another removal spell. I'll just yeah, okay, we'll grab the tidy conclusion and see what happens. Alright, Malphus Squad is a good pickup here. It's just a good filler. Foundry Screecher is a nice card. That's a good card here. Alright. Club Security is also a good card. Thriving Rats is a solid card as well. Should probably grab the low drop here. Security is decent, but I think my other drops are better. Actually, this card does a lot of work. I'm going to grab the security. Alright, so here's a Puzzle Knot we do not need. Mind Rot we do not need. Stash we do not need. And our land should be coming. But anyways, deck seems pretty good. I've got a ton of removal. Not really sure how much of it exactly we're going to be playing. Probably actually cut one of the Predicaments. It's a good card, but I've got so much other cheaper targeted removal to get rid of the stuff that we really need to take care of. And should we go from there? So we're going to cut about 5 cards here. And so I'll be back in a few minutes with another video. And we will build this deck and we'll get round 1 going. Thanks for watching.